Hi friends, Tracy Bish here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Welcome to my channel. I'm super excited to be here today with the countdown to Christmas. This is a collaboration with myself and a great friend of mine and fellow demonstrator, Rachael Merrick from Merrick Makings. Today is day 18 of our countdown to Christmas, and this is a little project that we're going to be creating today. So cute. I'm just going to open it up really quickly to share with you. We're using a great DSP that has awesome little die cuts in it as well, and this holds a little chocolate, so super cool with that. So if this is the first video that you've come across with the countdown to Christmas, I would love it if you checked the description of this video out after we are finished here, and you can see all the previous projects that Rachael and I have done throughout this series so far, so go over and check those out. If you are new here, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and when you go over to Rachael's, you do the same so you don't miss the rest of the series and all our great videos that we have on our channels as well. All right, let's get started with this one. Hi friends, welcome to today's project. I'm super excited to get started. We are going to be creating with a couple of products in the catalogue, the mini catalogue, the Christmas Tags and More. You can find that on page 15. This is really great because it actually has 36 sheets, 8 sheets of 4 double-sided designs, as well as die cuts, which you're going to see in my project. And the stamp set we're using is the Jolly Delivery, which is part of that North Pole delivery suite. I've used that quite a bit in these projects as well. So this is the mini catalogue. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look. It's amazing. Let me share with you the project. It is this one here. Is this not the cutest little project, little treat holder? It uses the Real Red Shiny ribbon. Let's open it up. And that beautiful Tags and More DSP. Up close, look at these great die cuts that are part of that DSP. And then we can open it up. It has From Me to You and a little chocolate inside. And if you haven't seen these chocolates or tasted these chocolates, you have to, because they are absolutely delicious. Here in Australia, you can find them in Aldi, and they have quite a few different varieties or flavors, but I will say this is the only one I've tried and I love it. And I'm not a big fan of chocolate. I'm not a big fan of dark chocolate, but this one's really nice. It's I think you're lucky to get through a full piece, like that's one piece. It's so rich and but very, very nice. This one is raspberry and almond with dark chocolate. So that's what we're using. These are really great as little gifts as well. Okay, to get started, we're using Garden Green ink. I've got my Jolly Delivery stamp set ready to go. We have basic rhinestones and that beautiful Christmas Tags and More DSP. I have everything chopped and ready to go. Our treat holder measures 10 by 2 3/4. Then we have pieces of DSP, so there's that's 1.5 by 1 1/4. We have 1.5 by 3 3/4. I have a scrap piece of basic white thick and a piece of Real Red 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I'm actually using what is it? The 2 3/8 inch punch as well, but you can use any die or punch that you have to just go around that die cut piece. So let's create the little treat holder first, and then we can start decorating. This one will come together really fast because, you know, it's only a little bit of stamping, but a lot of fun. Okay, on the 2 3/4 inch side, this is Real Red cardstock. I don't think I said that. On the 2 3/4 inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch on each side of the cardstock. Turning it around the other way and popping it in at 1/2 inch. And then on the 10 inch side, we're going to score at 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and 6 inches. Okay. Pretty simple so far, hey? Let's grab our bone folder and we're just going to burnish all those score lines that we've just created. Now you can obviously change this up to what you have in your stash. But I tell you what, these Moser Roths, I've just butchered that name, I know, but these are really nice and make a great little gift idea as well. Okay, I'm going to bring my trimmer back in because we need to take off a large slither of this cardstock, and I cannot, for the life of me, cut straight. I can cut straight a little bit better with these scissors, but let's just not worry about that either. Oh, okay. I also need to come back in before we do that. I need to make a mark on the top score line and then the bottom score line at the 3.5 inch mark. So let's pop it back in at 3.5. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to score down to that first score line, which is our little tab here, and then lifting it up, bringing that across. So all we're doing is partial scoring to each of those score lines at the 3.5 inch mark. Okay, now from that mark that we've just made at the 3.5 inch mark, we're going to cut off these long rectangles on that score line. So it's actually at the 1/2 inch mark, so you can pop it back into the 1/2 inch mark if you like. I'm going to bring my cutting blade down to that mark that we just made. There. And I'm going to trim to the very end. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. So at the 1/2 inch mark, popping him into my trimmer, down to that 3.5 inch mark, and trimming off. And that's a terrible job, as you can see. My blades are terrible. It's all right, we can fix that. And all we're going to do is we're going to, that partial score line that we just made, we're just going to take that off with our scissors. Okay. Let's get rid of all those rough edges. What a mess. I know you guys are saying, just change your blade. I think I have to put another order in. I do a lot of cuts though, so the trimmer blades last a long time. I just do a lot of cuts. There we go, much better. Look at that mess. Okay, there is a few more cuts that we do need to make. So let's cut up to those score lines. So there's a little square in the center. We're going to cut up to that. And we're just going to miter cut on this little square. This is our little tab to put it all together. And same for the other side. Now, the adhesive I'm going to use is the tear and tape. And what we're going to do, on this very end tab, we're going to add tear and tape or your adhesive to this one, as well as the inside piece of our little square there as well on both sides. So let's do that. So I need a little piece there, piece there. And then just on the side there, like so. Okay, to be able to get this chocolate in and not have any hindrance with our little tab here, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be pushing this one down that has the no adhesive on it. Hang on, let's take off. I'll take off one side's backings first. So pushing that in, closing it down, and then I'm going to put that little tab over the top. See how it's now adhered down? So then when we close this one, there's not going to be that little tab that's usually on the inside. We're not going to see it because it's sandwiched in between our two sides of our box. And this makes sure that there's nothing inside to hinder that chocolate going in. So if we just fold this over, it's got the adhesive on it already. Look at that. Done. I'm just going to pop my bone folder in, press that down. Let's see if I can share with you. It's a little hard to see. There we go. See how that is nice and tidy inside. Really good. Let's do the same with this side. So I do need to bring out that backing. I probably should have done both at the same time. That would have saved myself a little bit of trouble. Again, folding the piece that does not have any adhesive down first, and then our little side tab, pressing that down, and then we can close the other side of the box down over that little square tab. And that leaves us with our little box. And this fits in absolutely perfect with no hindrance. All right, let's bring in our 2 DSP pieces, and we're going to adhere them down. The little one goes on the inside flap. And then this one goes on the closure or the lid of the little treat bag or treat box. So cute. Now we can do our stamping. So let's bring in those 2 stamps. I'm using Garden Green ink. So I've got the From Me to You, and you don't need a big scrap, it's just a small scrap, because we're going to chop these down quite a bit. And then we have our stamped Merry Christmas and Happy Wishes. And you can either grab your trimmer, or you can also grab your scissors. I'm going to use my scissors for this. Just trimming it down nice and fine, and that's going to go down here. And for the top one, again, I'm going to go nice and close. When you have long scissors, you will get a straighter cut. I find I'm pretty good with long scissors with just small pieces. If I'm chopping large amounts like that side of that box, I find that I probably need to just get my trimmer out and make sure that that's done a little bit better. And then we just have our little square for that as well. See, we used not much at all of that basic white scrap, so which is good. I'm going to grab my 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So if you don't have this one, that's fine. Use a die, use a label die, whatever you have on in your stash. But because we're using the wreath die cut, I wanted a round circle of cardstock to be able to use with it. And then let's have a look at all these die cuts that are in here. So I do want to grab this wreath. So that's going to go on there. We have that cardinal. And I also do need my little red ribbon. Where is it? I'm struggling to see where it is. There it is. And then for the inside one, what do we have? I should have looked at that a little bit closer. Let's open this up really quick. Honestly, you could use whatever you would like. Let's grab some mistletoe or holly and berries. So that one there. So you've got lots of different ones you could use. Baubles, treats, or presents. You could use stockings. So many different little treats there. Okay, for our die cut here, I'm just going to add some liquid glue. Pop him down. And then for our sentiment, we're actually going to pop that up. And I cut this down a little bit more than I did with my sample. So I'm going to have to be a little bit more cutthroat cutting down my dimensionals. Let's see how we go. Oh, I don't know, I think I might have done pretty well. There we go. Perfect. So if you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used on today's card, you can purchase them in my online store. There's a link in the description of this video, and I'll also pop it on the screen for you if you're in need of any supplies. I've got a great program for my customers with inspiration that changes each month to get you crafting and creating. So if that interests you, I would love for you to join my VIPs. All right, so we're going to adhere this sentiment down as well. I'm not going to pop glue right to the very edge because it's going to sit over a little bit. And then we can pop up our cardinal. Would love to see a cardinal in real life. Let's pop him down like so, and then we could pop that up. Let's pop this one up. I didn't pop up my sample, but this will look nice. A little bit extra pop up there. All right, now we're going to add our ribbon. This is that shiny real red ribbon, so pretty. I'm just going to tie a knot to the top. And then for the front closure, I'm actually going to add just a dimensional on either side. It means that you're going to have to open this every time, you're going to have to undo your ribbon. That doesn't worry me. I think that will be just fine. And then to finish it off, we need a little bit of bling, and we're going to be using some basic rhinestones for that. How cute is this little design? I'm sure you could fit so many other different products in here as well. If you're outside of Australia and can't find these chocolates, but I always say if we can get them in Australia, you guys can get them anywhere, because we're getting a little bit better here in Australia, but you know, we don't get a lot of things. It's just too far to come, and then it becomes too expensive for shipping. Let's do this one back up again. I think this is an adorable little treat. And just a nice little amount of chocolate in there as well. You could probably even fit 2 in if you wanted to jam them in a little bit. So cute. What do you think of today's little treat holder? I hope you've enjoyed this project for the countdown to Christmas. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, hit subscribe, and make sure you check out Rachel's videos as well. In the description of this video, you will find the links to all the videos that are part of the Christmas countdown so far. So go and check those out if you haven't seen them. You're going to have lots of inspiration there to get you ready for your Christmas crafting if you haven't started already. And yeah, I am so enjoying this series with Rachael. It's we've come up with some great ideas and we're really enjoying sharing them with you as well. All right, thank you so much. I hope to see you here again with another project really soon. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.